Hello, everyone. Thank you for tapping in. Thank you for checking me out. JaezMagicDrops. We're getting to the meat of things. We're talking about narcissism. And if you are an empath, how to deal with narcissist and or get out of a narcissist relationship, or notice your partner or friend or family member is a narcissist. Okay. So there is many types of narcissists, but there is 4 that I feel like is the most common. There is covert narcissists that try to hide that they are a narcissist and still control the situation. There is malignant narcissists that are very pessimistic, and mean and unforgiving. There is antagonistic narcissists. These are narcissists that like to compete with you and think they're better than you in every way possible. And the last one is grandiose narcissists. And these are narcissists that think they are bigger than the game, bigger than the program. All right. So I believe that's all the 4 that I find most common. But what we're gonna break into today is covert. Because covert, I feel like, is the hardest one to pin. So let's go ahead and get into that. So what does it look like when you start dating a narcissist or you're friends with a narcissist? I'm going to use dating just because it's easy. When you're with someone, you notice a lot more things than if you're just friends with someone. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and talk about it in a dating sense. Normally when you meet a narcissist and it is, you all's first time meeting, it is wonderful. It is amazing. All these memories that you all make, it feels like, y'all are floating above the sun. Y'all are skimming across the clouds, touching them. The type of feeling that you get when you're around a narcissist in the beginning stages, especially because, beginning stages in many relationships, no matter the dynamics to it, usually you get like, oh, it's a new person. We get to do new things together. It's exciting, it's exciting. So it's the same thing, but it's with the narcissist. And they're gonna gas it up. They're gonna pretty it up, make it even better than the initial stages, But anyway, after everything's all good and everything's all nice and pretty and all that nice stuff, things start changing. The newness wears off, and things start changing. And this is gonna be hard for some people to hear, but it's the truth. And people stay with you for different reasons than they came in. People's reasons for staying in relationships change over time, like the seasons do. So when you got with this person, it might have been just because of this and that, but now that you're with this person, now they see this and that, so that's why they're really around. So people's reasons for being with you change, okay? So that plays a part. So once a narcissist especially has their mind set on what they can get out of you, that's a part of their feeding process to feed on the impasse. So after everything's all nice, good, and picture perfect, we go into where the reasons change. And where the reasons change, this is when you're gonna start getting the back and forth game type deal. They're gonna start testing you in certain ways to see how far they can push you, how they can get the grips on you, how they can get the claws in you, how they can control you. So it'll be like little things, especially with the covert, because we're on covert. With a covert narcissist, it'll be it won't even be about what they're actually upset about, because they're not going to tell you that, because they don't want you to see that they are a narcissist. So what they do normally is they get upset, and other narcissists can do this too, but covert are experts. So what they'll do is they'll make a whole problem out of something that really isn't nothing, and then make that be the big ordeal. And it's probably something that they already know how you feel about, but they just want to make you articulate yourself and have to prove yourself to them and be like, no, I'm trying to explain myself. This is how I really feel, blah, blah, blah. All those moments of you trying to prove yourself to them, that's when they're feeding off you. That's one of the ways they're feeding off you. So that's just something to think about. A lot of them like to feel powerful because they are not powerful. You got to think, narcissists need other people to be powerful. Anytime that you need something outside of you to be powerful, you are weak. So that's something you got to remember. They're truly weak. All narcissists are truly weak inside. They truly are weak. And they're trying to make up for that weakness. They're trying to make up for that weakness by controlling you. And if you got something they want and they can't do right now, they feel like they can get it, and they are it because they control you through it. So now when we're in the little, the back and forth part with the narcissist, the covert narcissist, now it's little games, just to make you upset, just to have power control dynamics, stuff like that. You can't go have fun without them. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. They get mad if you go hang out with certain people. They're starting to control your circle. But anyway. Now we're going to get into the next part. When it goes past, just little back and forth. The next part will be severe arguments and severe fights. And this person might try to press you to the point that you act out of character. Because the moment you act out of character, they got that for on you for life. And they will bring it up in every situation and scenario when the boiling pot has hit over the rim and it's going crazy. It's coming up. So just understand that the covert narcissist is always going to try to have this power dynamic, and it gets worse over time because they're testing how far they can push you, because they're trying to get you to break impasse. They're trying to get you to break. They're trying to make you feel subconscious about yourself. A covert narcissist can gaslight you, tell you that certain things were a certain way in the beginning or a further part of time where it's harder to remember, so that they can have a higher chance of gaslighting you. You know what I'm saying? I've caught covert narcissists in gaslighting. It's a skill that they try to use a lot because it's low. It's low. When it's gaslighting, if it's hard to remember, it's hard to remember. It's just as simple as that. But if you ever feel like you're being gaslit, just say, I don't remember it like that. And that's all. I see that you're upset, but I don't remember it like that. Okay. In the story, when you give that emotional piece, they get power. They're feeding because they're really weak. Anyway, when you get to that point of where it's starting to get out of hand and things are getting crazy, it could even get physical. And you just don't want to go to those places with people like that. You just don't want to do that. We don't have to hurt each other here like that. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be like that. But anyway, so that's main stages of covert narcissists. Once they get to the point where it's getting that crazy, it's hard for them to keep the mask on. The mask is just going to crack. And if you are smart enough and you had enough self-assurance in yourself and understanding of yourself throughout this time of your character being tested, then in the time when the narcissist is losing their grip and losing control, you're going to realize that they are a covert narcissist, because they are never going to say it. They are never going to openly show it, but you're just going to have to pick up on it in the in-betweens. So that's how you deal with the covert narcissist, or that's what it looks like. My bad, that's not how you deal with them, but that's what it looks like when you're dealing with a covert narcissist. In the next video, I'll explain how you deal with the covert narcissist. It's all love, everyone. I'm just breaking down the levels to going through relationships in any sense with a narcissist of any type. It's all love, everyone. I appreciate everybody that hops on here, shows love. We're just really creating our own community. That's really what it comes down to. If there ain't a community for you, create one. It's all love, everybody. It's all love. It's all I gotta say. It's all love. Take it easy.